I think you might remember I was on here last time and I was talking about how we should get Trey Lance because he's going to be a developmental, and then the NFC quarterbacks are kind of going downhill. So you know who I'm rooting for. But my first thought is they were saying that we're doing this trade for what, like 3 weeks? We were trying to move up.
Yes.
Wasn't that?
Yes.
So everyone's saying it's a smokescreen that we didn't go to Mac Jones's pro day. Everyone knew Kyle liked Mac Jones.
Yeah.
Like that was the most obvious choice, was Kyle's going to choose Mac Jones. Kyle likes Mac Jones. So why? And if you're planning on moving up to 3, why are you don't need a smokescreen. Right.
Yeah.
And I think almost the same thing about Trey Lance. If you're planning on moving up that high, you don't need a smokescreen. The only thing I can think about Trey Lance is people wouldn't have initially linked Kyle to Trey Lance. So maybe he wanted to like keep it on the under wraps, and then his pro day happened and everyone said, oh, Falcons are going to take him at 4. Falcons are going to take him at 4. And he's like, okay, we have to get ahead of the Falcons.
Okay.
But even that, like, it makes me wonder, because if you're putting 3 first-round picks, this is your entire career. This is your legacy.
The whole thing. Yeah, it's everything.
Like, for John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan, are you going to put your entire career on someone that you haven't seen throw in person?
Well, I mean, I'm sure they've seen him throw in person, but they didn't go to the pro day. It's a good question. So and it's interesting that
in person though, if he would like, because during our season is when he was playing. Like, it's not like they could have gone to any of his games.
Yeah, Kyle hasn't. Yeah, that's true.
And like, this is Kyle's life now at this point. This is his whole reputation. So it's hard for me to think. I think,
and it's interesting they pulled off the trade the day they were at Zach Wilson's pro day.
That's my first thought. Is the only pro day they've gone to is Zach Wilson's, and John Lynch is sitting there with Robert Saleh the entire time.
Yep.
Potentially they have some kind of thing that they're talking about. They know what the Jets are going to do. And then I just think it's going to be interesting to see if they're at Ohio State's pro day. Like, because you don't make this trade if you never see him in person. And then Alabama's going to have their second pro day, and it's going to be the same day as Ohio State's. Which one do they go to?
Oh, that's very, very.
If one of them goes to one of them goes to the other, which one does Kyle go to?
So what do you think they're going to do?
I think we'll know by Tuesday.
Where they go?
It's whichever pro day they show up at. Yeah. Like, I think it's Zach Wilson is number 1, and whoever's pro day they show up at on Tuesday that's the backup option.
Yeah.
There's no way you put your entire reputation on someone if you have not seen him throw in person, because it's different. It is different. The way the ball comes out of someone's hand, and you can see it when you're standing next to them on the field. You can hear it. You can see the pop. Like, it is a very different experience than watching it on TV.
And so you're saying that you don't think they're going to take Trey Lance?
I would love for them to take Trey Lance. The only reason I could think they would take Trey Lance, right, is if Kyle was trying to put up a smokescreen and then realized after the pro day, he realized after the pro day that this isn't going to work. Everyone likes him now. But why put up a smokescreen for Mac Jones? Everyone knows Kyle likes Mac Jones. Like, they're like, Mac Jones is Kirk Cousins. And then everyone's like, oh, cool. Look at Kyle likes him. So not going to the pro day. And then it's Alabama too. If you go to Alabama's pro day, you could have been scouting Surtain. You could have been scouting any of the receivers. Like, there's a lot of people. If you go to NDSU's pro day, you're going to see Trey Lance.
True.
They have one other guy. They have like Dylan Radins, who's like a second round tackle, but so
true. It would have been a huge story.
Not going to the Alabama pro day is very weird for me. So I think, whoever's pro day they go to on Tuesday is it. And then potentially maybe Trey Lance is somewhere in the mix if they were trying to keep it under wraps, but I think Tuesday we'll know. It's Ohio State or Alabama, whichever one they go to. That's the quarterback that's number 2. But Zach Wilson is 100% quarterback number 1. Because I don't know if you saw the Peter King interview with Zach Wilson. Did you see that one?
No.
Ooh. So that's interesting, because if you've ever seen the interview with Kyle and Matt Ryan talking about like a play in the Super Bowl, I believe it was, when Matt Ryan goes back and he like lists like a 17-word long play call. And he's like, oh yeah, we did this on like 3rd and 2. And he's like, it's 17 words. And Kyle's like, no, actually it was like, he got one word wrong. Kyle's like, no, actually it's right, or whatever. So Kyle likes his guys being really smart. Peter King asked Zach Wilson about the Coastal Carolina game. And he was like, so when you threw this like 60-yard bomb, like what was going through your head? And he said the exact play call where he was like, there were a couple options. Like it was an RPO. I saw the safety shading to the left. Like he went through every position on the defense. He said exactly what they were doing before this play call, before this play, and how he reacted to that. Like he could recall the play like photographic memory. It was insane. And I think if Kyle heard that, he was like, ooh, I like that. You know, a guy that can do that, that's Kyle's guy.
Very interesting. Thomas, I'll be looking for that pro day stuff on Tuesday. Thank you for coming on.